We are going to learn how to have Andrew Tate's money.
Today, I'm getting a PhD from Hustler University, also known as Hustlerversity by those of us with the grind set. It was created by this guy.
I'm Top G. You think you're smart? I bought this coin and it's gold.
Top G. He's going to teach me how to become rich in one day. Let's go. I want to have not 1 million, not 10 million. I want to have $1 billion in one day.
Up. You could have bought any
Top G's going to teach me that.
coin and it went up in the last year. The Matrix was broken. Hustler University is the greatest thing that exists.
Wait, what did he say?
On the face of the planet for people who are trying to escape the Matrix. Become Hustlers University. Welcome to the metaverse. Inject it into your brain. You can skip university, you can buy my program, and I guarantee you will know everything you need to know. Have you ever seen a college professor with an S53 and a McLaren and a Lambo and an Aston Martin standing next to a Porsche? No, you've never seen any of this. I know how to make cash.
Damn. That's why I'm telling you, he's going to teach me how to make $1 billion. Because I need that. Okay, maybe not $1 billion. Maybe just 1 million. Okay, I want to start humble. I want to be humble, y'all. Okay, I don't want to be a billionaire. I just want to be a little millionaire. A milli. I just want to have a little milli, you know? And then Top G, he knows all of the things, man.
Now, if you're wondering why I'm enrolling in a college, because it looks like it was started by the son of Mr. Worldwide, it's actually quite simple. Hustleversity was started by Andrew Tate, a guy that basically no one knew about until 6 months ago, and is now somehow more searched than Mr. Beast, Kanye West, or most shocking of all, even the Island Boys, who...
Damn, because he's Top G. What do you mean? I want to learn from Top G.
I know I thought would have a career forever. But such are the tides of fame, I suppose. And I guess the real question is, how did this happen and why? Well, Andrew attributes his meteoric success to a change in business strategy.
I put together a particular strategy about 6 months ago because I decided to step up my overall exposure.
Now, the thing is, he was very smart. Like, whether the things he does outside of the entrepreneurial world and, like, his views of life or whatever, like getting out of the Matrix, blah, 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 he was very smart because what he did was he used, like, the hatred the hatred against people. I'm just gonna put it that way. It's like changing his perspective all the time. So like one day he said something, and then the other day, the day after, he would say something completely opposite of the thing that he said previously. And then he just kept playing this game. And then he made all of us confused, saying a whole bunch of, outrageous claims and shit like that, like very extreme, just to get attention. And then that's how he made that's how he did what he had. Now, is this a good strategy? Is this a bad strategy? This is debatable. I don't know. We're going to have to talk about it. Is this worth it? How about moralized? How about the morals here? Are there morals? Are there not morals? What do y'all think? What do y'all not think? This is all debatable, but let's watch the video first.
Sure, because of a new product I launched. I run an online school that teaches people how to make money online. I changed my approach towards social media, and I ended up absolutely everywhere.
Now, if you're wondering what business strategy that is, or even what business this guy's in, turns out he's one of these male success gurus who will be your surrogate father essentially for a fee. And the program he runs is called Hustleversity, where he teaches you how to make fast money if you'll only pay $50 a month. And
okay, so I have to pay $50 to earn $1 million. Okay, if you guarantee me that I'm gonna make $1 million in one day for $50, I can do that.
One of these fast money methods
Just kidding.
turns out to be selling Hustleversity to new people by posting clips of him, Andrew Tate. And because of this, it kind of created this pyramid scheme where there was a flood of TikTok videos. And
yeah, like affiliate. So basically he had a whole bunch of affiliates, and then like I think they would put the link in the course he sold, and then the affiliates would take like a commission out of it or something like this.
Biased reviews saying that Andrew Tate is the one true savior that will save you from poverty. He's basically...
He's going to save the world. He's going to save the evil capitalism world. Or capitalism. Well, he's going to save us from capitalism. He's going to save us from poverty. He's going to save you from having a job. Because, yeah, I guess... he's our hero, I guess.
Morpheus from the Matrix, and that's not even me calling.
the next Morpheus.
That he calls himself that.
I get called Morpheus a lot.
And by the way, I'm not saying that he is something or he's not something. Okay, I'm being completely unbiased here. I don't want to get in trouble. I just started my career as a content creator. I am not accusing anybody of anything. This is all me talking a whole bunch of nonsense because, I don't want to be in trouble. And because I don't have the power, or I don't have all the power to be against these guys, I'm just going to be like, yo, this is all for entertainment purposes. All right. So with that being said, let's keep watching the video.
We are living inside of the Matrix, and I am Morpheus.
He says he wants to wake you from your mental prisons, all by selling you a program that sounds like what high school dropouts used to put as their education status on Facebook. Attended the School of Hard Knocks and graduated Hustleversity with a PhD.
Damn.
Wait, you're a doctor? No, that's the pimping hose degree.
What?
Just something, by the way, I didn't make up. It's a course that Andrew Tate himself sells. But I don't think you want to take advice from someone who's in the middle of a human investigation. And that's not even to mention accusations of beating women, or him allegedly admitting that one of his businesses was, quote, a total scam. But none of this has stopped over 100,000 people.
Dude, it's a lot. I feel like I said, I don't have anything against selling courses in itself, because anybody can sell a course. CoffeeZilla can sell a course. I can sell a course. I bought hundreds of courses in Brazil, some courses from outside as well, YouTube courses on how to edit videos, how to do this, how to do that. This is not the problem. The problem is whether you're selling works or not, and I've said that in previous videos before, whether the shit you're selling actually works or not, are you being completely transparent with the customers? And then are you disclosing the risk of everything? Because everything in the end is, there's risks to it. For example, you can sell a course on how to make money on the internet. There's a million ways, and I've tried a lot of things already on how to make money on the internet. You can try to make videos like what I'm doing. You can try to run campaigns for Facebook ads, for TikTok ads, for YouTube ads, Google ads. You can try to have an e-commerce store. There's so many ways of doing things, And I think this is valid because at the end of the day, everything is knowledge, right? You can try to teach people how to make money with trading, with stocks, with options trading, with this, with that, blah, blah, blah. All these things are valid, I think. But like I said, the way you're selling it is and how much are you exaggerating, something just for the sake of, selling the course, and then whether, you're selling an actual product or a dream. That's the only issue here. It's not selling a course alone. I have nothing against selling courses. I think this is beautiful. The reason why I'm doing a video is because at some point I bought a course from somebody, right? And then I learned how to make a video, how to edit this, how to edit that. I learned how to trade through courses, But I am not gonna be unrealistic and promise you oh, you're gonna become rich if you just give me $100, or with $1,000 you can turn that to $1 million. And it's what people do. I'm not saying I'm not saying that's what he does, okay? Although sometimes he exaggerates, all right? But I'm not accusing anybody of nothing, all right? I'm not ready for this fight. So that's the only issue I take up here. You know what I'm saying?
From signing up for Hustleversity, which at $50 a month nets him $5 million a month, despite it being a repackaged version of the same male guru grift that we've seen over 100 times, like Tom Vu, John Crestani, Dan Lok, Grant Cardone. Need I go on? What's the difference with Tate? See, despite his alleged criminality,
I think the difference is that he is so out of pocket, and he says so many extreme things that's what gets him attention, because he says the most outrageous shit you can fucking imagine, and he mixes everything. He mixes money, and then he talks about women, and then he talks about the Matrix, and he uses your own pain against yourself in that sense. So he goes very heavy on the marketing, and that's why, like I said, there's a lot of attention, a lot of controversy, I think.
Toxicity, psychopathy. Andrew does have one undeniable skill that seems to be responsible for most or all of his success so far. He's just really entertaining.
I hate everyone equally. Don't come at me and call me sexist or racist or any of these things. I hate everyone. I don't care if you're black, white, straight, gay, man, and woman. I hate you anyway. Do you know?
Damn, bro, you hate me. I didn't do anything. I'm just out here chilling. God damn, bro.
How to administer CPR. However, I will not administer CPR unless you're a hot female. If you're some fat dude and you just had a heart attack and I don't really know you.
Is that lady billing you and you back and rearrange your bones? Why is it being misogyny for a full hour straight, bro?
Bro, what is XQC doing here? I can't believe it. So XQC?
I have a lot of muscle. It's painful to carry it around. It's a 2-hour massage.
You see, guys, modern influencers are slowly learning that we live in a post-consequence world. With people like Jake Paul running around just serially scamming people and nothing happening to them, people are starting to realize that the only real currency is attention.
Exactly. The real currency and leverage in this decade, in this economy, I would say, is attention. You have to get the attention at all costs, even at the expense, sometimes of you being like ridiculous on the internet, or you're saying a whole bunch of extreme claims and shit like that, or promising shit that it's unrealistic, but you gotta promise those things, otherwise people are not gonna be entertained by it. That's unfortunately how the world works today.
The worst thing that's gonna happen to you is not that you go to jail. The worst thing that's gonna happen to you is you become irrelevant. And this is what separates Andrew Tate from a lot of the fake gurus I've covered in the past, and makes him much more effective and maybe dangerous at what he does.
Oh, let me count my money, man. Let me count my 100. How much money did you make today? Yo, I made 100 grand today. Oh, are you for real? Did you make 100 grand today? No, I made 200 grand today. Oh, okay, that's a lot. That is a lot.
And in that way, he's got more in common with someone like Alex Jones.
We're gonna beat your ass. You just get that through your stinking traitorous heads.
Than he does with someone like Dan Locke or Grant Cardone. Both Jones and Tate operate sort of on this playbook where entertainment is king. They say a bunch of outlandish statements that builds attention, and then once they're the crazy guy, all they have to do is say a few basic things that everyone agrees with, and then their audience suddenly thinks they're a genius. I mean, everyone has seen this with Alex Jones, right? You have modern philosopher Joe Rogan seemingly saying that he predicts everything.
Alex is right about far more than he's wrong.
When in reality, Alex Jones is predicting everything sort of all the time. So of course he's going to be right some of the time. And it's sort of the same with Tate. He
said modern philosopher?
So much. Like in one segment, he'll say something outlandish like men should be able to cheat on women, but it doesn't work the other way around because that's disgusting.
Let's not pretend that male loyalty and female loyalty are the same thing.
But loyalty is loyalty.
But they're not the same thing, are they? However, I would not see my infidelity as nearly anywhere near even 1% as disgusting as female infidelity.
Bro, come on.
And he knows that's going to get him clicks and piss people off. But then we'll say...
That's the shit. Y'all don't understand, guys, that this is all a show. Like regardless if it's Andrew Tate or whoever the hell, or whatever the hell, it's all a show, bro. And if y'all fall for this, y'all are the ones, who are like giving the attention. That's what y'all gotta understand, bro. Like, everybody wants to be entertained, right? And like, as long as you keep feeding that, there's always gonna be somebody being the clown. I'm not saying that he was a clown or any of it. Like I said, I don't want to get into trouble here. But I'm saying that there's always going to have, somebody saying some shit, and at the end of the day, it's your choice whether you're gonna give attention to that or not. And a lot of people, they become famous doing crazy, stupid shit, and like, I don't know, even saying like things who are like morally wrong or doing even wrong things, because most of you are feeding that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have the choice to like feed that shit or don't give attention to it. But unfortunately, people are just going to keep feeding on this shit like all the time,
In a segment right after, I believe in true love between a man and a woman. I believe there should be more love.
Exactly, because this is all a game. And like, the more y'all are watching it, the more y'all are giving attention to it, the more like it just creates more and more drama and more things and more controversy. And the next thing you know, the person who was actually creating it, they're getting a lot richer. And most of you guys are just going to get poorer because you're spending more time, more energy, more money in something that it is not bringing you anything. You know, it's bringing the other person something. So it's crazy, man.
I think relationships are a beautiful thing. I think that the synergy between men and women are a beautiful thing if they are correctly collaborated. I think that that's what makes society function. I think that's what makes the world function. I think that men and women falling in love and having children and having families are very, very beautiful things.
Well, who doesn't agree with that? And he'll talk to like men's issues. He'll talk about how lonely men are.
Most men are absolutely and utterly invisible. This is the truth about masculinity, right? It's very easy for women to sit here and complain about the top 2% of men because I dealt with this guy, he's arrogant, blah, 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 blah. Most men don't even fucking exist. They send 10,000 DMs and never even get read, let alone replied to.
Yeah, this is right.
And so this makes it so that the many people who are trying to say, Andrew's just crazy, they don't see the full con that he's running because the crazy is only half of the game. Because eventually people hear the other half, the basic stuff that's obvious, and go, well, he's not totally crazy. And people just eventually kind of go down the Tate rabbit hole where they think, you know, maybe.
And I also feel like one thing, guys, is like I feel like we all need a hero. Like we're trying to like find a hero. You know, humans are trying to trying to find a hero, somebody who's gonna save them, somebody who's gonna save them from their miserable life. I would say it that way. Like I don't even like saying it this way, but like a lot of times you're going through so much that you're just trying to find somebody who's gonna say certain things that you know you agree with, and then now you have this mentor, quote unquote, right? In which like you're gonna give your life to this person because they're gonna guide you through success or through something, you know, even though like deep down, most of us, I think we all know that there's no magic formula for success. Something that worked for somebody may not work for somebody else. There's no like just copy and paste what I do and then you're gonna become rich like me. Like it does not exist. It does not exist. And I've already said that a million times in this channel as well. But I feel like we are living in such like low energy level in the society, which is there's only like trauma, pain, you know, hurt, hatred, and all this shit, that some of us are just trying to find a way out and like maybe find that hero. And then these people show up like supposedly being our hero, and then we give our energy to it because we are so desperate in our lives for like change or for something that we would do anything just to believe, because we have to believe that there has to be someone, there has to be something that's gonna save us or whatever. That's my opinion. I don't know what y'all think, you know. But that's what I see these days, at least. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I was like that when I first started with this content creation, or even before YouTube, before a lot of things that I was doing. I was like super lost and like I didn't know what to do. And man, my life was crazy and I needed to find somebody to guide me through life, you know. And it's not easy, you know, especially if you're vulnerable, financially speaking. If you're vulnerable in those situations, it makes it so much harder to like function here because you're desperate, you know, and sometimes we just act out of desperation. So like there's a lot of things that we have to take into consideration here.
I can leave the Matrix and get girls, jets, and Bugattis. Maybe I just need to become financially free. How do I do it? Who's looking out for me? And that's where Hustleversity enters the picture. And look, I know we just covered a lot, right? But to understand this next part, to understand Hustleversity, it requires a deep understanding of Andrew Tate's appeal. So we can see why Hustleversity is on the one hand so popular, despite being so bad. Because otherwise, this whole video is anticlimactic and confusing. Because when I first joined Hustleversity, I thought
I bought this course once. I paid just for 1 month just to see what's up with it. And I'm gonna let him talk first, and then I'll talk after.
It's gotta be different, right? To have this many people paying every month, they have to have things that you just can't learn for free, right? Wrong. Once again, I'm disappointed because I joined this month and have been going through the classes, which is basically all of the same boring topics all of these guys teach about making money. It's all the most surface level stuff. He assigns a so-called professor to each skill, and all of this takes place inside of Discord servers. And so in these chat rooms where your instructors have a fraction of the charisma of Tate, you're supposed to commit yourself to these skill sets which are super surface level because, of course, this all appeals to the lowest common denominator men who think answers can come from TikTok videos. And this is where it starts to hit you as you're scrolling through Discord threads, that this kind of was all a big bait and switch. I mean, think about it. You've been told you're going to escape the matrix. You're going to take the red pill.
Yeah, that's the heavy marketing there. So like when I bought the course for like the first time, I see that he teaches some things in there. Okay, if like say for example, you're a person who like you've never used the internet before, you don't know anything at all. He does teach like some things about like content creation or a little bit of investment here and there, but in my opinion, I think that was a little bit first surface level as well, because I've already been on the internet for a long time. I've already tested a lot of things. I bought so many courses, so like for me, it wasn't like as good because I already had a lot of experience before. Like I wasn't rich or anything, but I had tested a lot. I had tested a lot of things. Like I've been on this like trying things for like 5-6 years, right? But like for somebody who doesn't know anything, I feel like this is good, you know. But like in the end, I feel like it was way too much of a promise, you know. And then like in the end, there's no easy money. Well, like what they're teaching is like, oh, you have to create content, you have to like invest, you have to, you know, maybe put a little money here, maybe if you want to open a e-commerce store or something like this. But at the end, it's no like magic formula because it does not exist. There's no guarantee. There's nothing that's gonna make you rich in one day, especially without experience, especially without money, especially without time. It's just not gonna happen, you know. And mostly the people who are gonna get really, 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 really rich are the people who are selling it, you know. So like it is complicated, you know, but like I said, I'm not gonna be like shitting all over anything. I feel like if you want to see how it goes for you, you have to see it for yourself. You know, I don't take opinions from nobody else. If I want to have an opinion about something, I listen to somebody and then I go and I try the thing myself, and then from trying to think myself, I will see if I have a formed opinion on it. So I didn't like it that much, you know. But like, if you're only paying like $50 one month, it's not gonna change too much in my life, anyways, you know. But at the end of the day, the person who are selling it for 110,000 people, they are really changing their lives with it. So that's the thing here.
But what you end up doing in this course is sort of learning how to run an Amazon side hustle.
Yeah, so like Amazon affiliates, which is one little business way of doing it. It's what he teaches. Maybe having an e-commerce store, creating content, investing in crypto. Like, oh, you can just put your money in Bitcoin, in Ethereum, and then you wait like for 3 years, and then the money can 10x. Like, say you put 1,000, and then the money, if it 10x that's 10,000. You know, you're not gonna be a millionaire or billionaire, but at least that's something. You know, but everything at the end of the day, there is risks. It's not easy. It's not simple. It's not like, oh, let me just study the course for a day, and then like the next month, I'm gonna be the next, you know, Elon Musk. It does not exist, y'all. No easy money, okay? Y'all have to understand this.
Hustle for Jeff Bezos. Like, no offense, you're not breaking the matrix. You work for the richest guy in the world. Like, imagine Morpheus gives Neo the red pill and says, hey, have you ever day traded before? It doesn't stop there either.
And not that day trading is bad. Like I said, you can day trade because I'm a trader, all right? But again, you're not gonna have like $5,000 and then turn it $5,000 into $1 million in 1 month. It's not gonna work like that, you know. And especially just with that money, is like I feel like it's a combination of things. Like maybe you have your job and then you have cash flow from your job. Then you invest some of that money in the stocks, and then some of that money from the stocks, you use some of that money to try and do day trading sometimes, and then it's an extra income, you know, with all the things you're doing already. And then maybe you start teaching somebody how to do something, and or maybe you have another little side business here, a side hustle here and there, and like you just continue getting better. And like I think that's how you like usually go to the next level. And like with day trading is just one example, but it could be in many ways, you know. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's all work. There's no easy money. You're not gonna make $100,000 or $100 every day with 1,000 in your account and without risk. There is risk. You can have negative months. You can lose all of your money. You can blow up accounts. So again, not easy.
Like, you've been told you're going to be rich, right?
Guarantee you will make money with this system. Hold on tight. We're about to get rich.
But hustlers,
Yeah, the only thing is like I don't agree here is like you cannot guarantee anything. Whatever you say, like, oh, I guarantee you something, then you're putting yourself in a really tight situation. Because like I said, you can say whatever you want, you can sell whatever the fuck you want, you can be aggressive in your marketing, but when you say I guarantee you some shit, I don't know about that, you know.
University sort of changes the rules and definitions once you're inside. Like they have this cash quadrant of time and cash.
Time, cash quadrant, time poor, cash poor, time poor, time rich, cash rich. More, okay, so the time rich, cash rich is more than 28 free hours a week, more than 5,000 USD a month.
Where you're either time poor or cash poor, time rich, cash poor, cash rich, time poor. You get the idea. And what they define cash rich as is very telling. They define it as having $5,000, which by that definition, guys, I'm proud to say I'm cash rich. Now, guys, look, having $5,000 is great.
But it does not make you rich. Look at his face, bro.
But you ain't rich, right? The lifestyle we've been sold on here is exotic Bugattis, not extra Starbucks biscottis. I mean,
Oh my God, dude.
am I crazy here? Like, I feel like most people who join this Discord want olive Lamborghinis and they're sort of getting Olive Garden fettuccine. And this weird disconnect is...
But that's the thing. Like, one thing I think Coffee is not mentioning is the fact that a lot of people who are joining this kind of things, they are very young and naive. And because they didn't have like parents like teaching them economics and money and finance and business and all this shit, which it takes a lot of time for you to learn that shit. Like for you to mature your brain and understand how the system works, how the matrix works, you know what I'm saying? And understand that there is no easy money. Some of you guys actually need to go ahead and lose so much fucking money so that you understand that there's no easy money. A lot of people talk about gambling on casinos. They think that they're gonna be the next Elon Musk just gambling from casinos. And most cases, it's not gonna happen. You know, the only people who win money in casinos are the owners of the casino, right? For the most part, at least. And like I feel like a lot of people who are young and naive and innocent, they never had any education. They don't have a background. They don't have anything. So they are the ones like that are falling for this because they haven't had any structure. You know, I was one of these people. Like when I first started this internet world, this internet hustling, whatever, I didn't know shit. Dude, I fell into the worst of the worst scams that you can ever possibly imagine, bro. And like, it was a good thing for me because I learned a lot. But that's because I was very young. A lot of people, they cannot afford to lose the amount of money that I lost and the amount of time that I lost. You know, and it's all down to this. Like, if you don't have parents or a structure, or if you don't have a solid background, it's gonna be really hard for you to not to fall into these traps, because everybody's gonna try to convince you to buy certain shit. And like, if you don't have enough maturity or enough, you know, like brain or whatever to differentiate whether this thing is real or not, you're gonna fall into this trap. And usually it takes time for you to develop that ability, you know, the skill set of like, okay, now I know this is not how it goes. Maybe what he's trying to sell me works, but it's not as simple as this guy is portraying to be like that. And then you develop, you know, that malice from the world a little bit, but that takes time, you know. And like, you cannot blame, a lot of the times you cannot blame people who are buying this, because like I said, they could be in a very desperate position in which they don't know anything about anything, right? And like, it's hard, like I said, to blame. A lot of the times you have to go through certain shit in your life, through certain situations, so that you learn, because you never had access to learning this kind of shit before, you know? And like, you can tell, like, CoffeeZilla is a very educated guy. He's smart as fuck. You can tell it. The guy's a genius, but not everybody has CoffeeZilla's brain. A lot of people, they're simple people. They're not, you know, what could be like obvious to you may not be obvious to someone else, you know, who lives in a third world country, who's desperate, you know, who has to work 2 jobs. They don't even have time to study or anything. So like, it's hard for these people to like differentiate a lot of times, you know? So it is a hard situation, bro. It's a hard situation.
Everywhere, where Andrew Tate is practically screaming how great Hustlers University is on the one hand.
Hustlers University is the greatest thing that exists on the face of the planet for people who are trying to escape the matrix.
And yet, if you look at their own success screenshots that they provide, their students are getting at best like very part-time income. Like there's screenshots of $400 a month, maybe $2,000 a month. And those are the examples they chose, which I'm not knocking.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. 2,000 extra a month is not a bad thing, but it's not going to make you rich.
People who are doing this, like, good for them. But unless you consider being cash rich, having $5,000 total in your bank account, then this course doesn't seem to be getting people rich. It just teaches lost guys extremely basic skills that are free to learn, but charges them $50 a month for it so they can feel like they're escaping the matrix.
I feel like what the value of the course or many courses could be that the information is more organized than anything else. Because like you can find anything for free on the internet. But a lot of the times, not just Andrew Tate's course, but any course that you buy out there, the information is organized. So you're not going to be wasting so much time trying to like find all the pieces to the puzzle into trying to do a certain thing. And that could be like the first step for you to like find your own lane in the future and then create your own shit later on in your life, you know? And that's like the good thing about courses. But again, the problem is not the course itself. It's the fact that you're promising that, you know, just buy that course for however much money, then you're going to be rich. Like, dude, it doesn't work like that. You know, I'm sorry, but I really wish it worked like that. Because if it worked like that, I wouldn't even have to work. I wouldn't even have to do anything. But it doesn't, man. Reality is very much more cruel than that. There's no easy money.
By working for Jeff Bezos. And this all brings us kind of back to the real reason for the success of Hustlers University, which is, of course, Tate himself. But the irony is that once you join the university, you barely see Tate at all. He claims to be teaching the secrets to modern wealth creation, but the reality is, from what I saw, he was too busy marketing to actually be present in the Discord. And instead, you just had all these random people teaching you like e-commerce or freelancing or copywriting and investing. And this is kind of one of the reasons that I struggled to get good screenshots to show you guys from inside the course, because it was so boring and bland. And that's why I decided to finally cancel my plans to become cash rich. And that's what I found out about the last trick Tate uses to get you to stay.
Anyone
Sorry, Robert. I find this so hilarious.
who messes this up, annoys a professor, doesn't renew their subscription, their card cancels, anything stupid, then you're going to regret it for a very long time because there's simply nowhere else to go.
That's right.
Come on, bro.
They tell you there's nowhere else to go besides Hustlers University. This is the only place where you're going to learn not to be broke. And even the people who want to be part of it and simply don't have the money, Tate has told them that there's no second chances. They're going to go back in the matrix if they miss a single payment.
I had to unsubscribe to get my mother a birthday present, but I resubscribed the next month. I don't believe that. I don't believe you. And I also think if you were a member of Hustlers University for a month and you didn't make enough money to buy your mother a birthday present, you f***ed up. So you're probably going to end up kicked out.
Like, their two responses are, that's not true. And even if it is, it's your fault anyways, which I find amazing. It couldn't be the program, right, guys? And you have to understand that for the people actually in the course, they're like deathly afraid of missing a payment because they've been told that if they do, guess where they're going? That's right, straight back in the matrix. In jail, they call it.
And you'll see we have people in jail. So people who don't renew, we don't kick you out. We put you in the jail and you sit there in your cell and you have no access to the money-making information. And we just flood you with all the endless wins. Every time someone wins, we show you.
I mean, Andrew Tate hasn't reinvented anything.
Bro, this is all entertainment, bro. I swear to God, at this point.
He's just doing it
I swear to God, this is all entertainment. There's no way.
more successfully than a lot of fake gurus have in a while. But the result is the same as ever, where the real person getting rich, truly rich, is Andrew Tate.
You're broke! You're f***ing poor!
Oh my God. That was a crazy video, bro. Guys, watch out. Watch the fuck out. Right? There's no easy money. There's no easy money. All right? You can buy whatever you want. I spend so much fucking money on buying courses. But ultimately, I know for a fact that there is no easy money. And after what I've been through fucking hell to learn that lesson. There is no such thing as easy money. Everything is risk. Even robbing you think it's easy money is not easy money because you have to risk your life for the most part to steal the money. Say you have a gun and you want to steal 1,000 from a store. You're actually risking your life. So the free money is costing you your life. So therefore, there's no easy money at all, bro. Even if you were to steal people, you're still going to have to put in the effort to do that shit. Wake the fuck up, bro. That being said, you can buy courses, but just wake up. Nothing is easy in this world. Bye.